Right now on Denver 7 News at 6 a.m.
This is an absolute racist hate crime.
10 innocent lives lost at a Buffalo grocery store. New this morning, what we're learning about the accused gunman's past.
Plus, making sure you feel safe when you shop.
Some of the businesses have left because it's too dangerous.
Businesses in one metro area get a boost to beef up security.
And it's time for round 2 of the playoffs. Overnight, we learned when the Avs will take on the St. Louis Blues.
Both teams will be hungry and chomping at the bit, and they'll be rested and refreshed, so it should be a good series.
Yeah, it's been a week since they swept the first round of the playoffs
I know,
against
they got
the Predators.
through it so fast.
Yeah, so long break here. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nicole Brady.
And I'm Brian Sanders. Good morning. Hopefully you were able to get outside last night and see the beautiful lunar eclipse, the blood moon. These are some photos that were posted to our Discover Colorado Through Your Photos Facebook page. Really dark at times, kind of mesmerizing out there. This only happens about twice a year. And the next full lunar eclipse will be in November. And then once it passed, it was so bright. It was like a blinding moon. It was really wild. Meanwhile, it will be a pretty warm start to our week. Here's Lisa.
I thank people for those beautiful pictures because on my iPhone, when I zoom in like this, it doesn't
just
ever.
that
I always
dot,
wonder, how
right.
do they do it? Good cameras, I guess. Yeah.
Pretty shots. Yeah, it was nice that we had some clear skies for that too. And you can see still plenty of clear skies this morning. Just a few clouds moving in, low to mid 50s early on. Winds out of the west at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So nice to see some calmer weather this past weekend. And today's going to be quite a bit warmer. We'll see some upper 70s, close to 80 by lunchtime. Low to mid 80s for highs today. So a pretty fresh air forecast, a pretty warm one. Erie 83, Denver right around 85 this afternoon. Upper 70s to low 80s near Castle Rock and Parker. And it's going to be warm in the mountains, more 60s and 70s there. Now, there is a risk for a little severe weather. I actually think this is the first morning so far this season that I've used this map, this graphic. We have a marginal risk for some larger hail and damaging winds with a few of these storms, both today and tomorrow. We'll take a closer look at the timing of that, Jason, coming up.
Still tracking this one huge crash for the last about 45 minutes on southbound I-25, right after 112, which is Community Center Bridge, so between 120th and 104th. Let me take you to Air Tracker 7, explain what happened. And you can see that there's this car on the tow truck. Eventually what happened was there was a spin out. That car hit the guardrail, went over the wall, and then into the crash wall there. That tow driver had to actually haul that car all the way back around the guardrail and get it out of here. So they just one lane sneaking through there as they're continuing and wrapping up their investigation right now. There was even a secondary crash back at 120th, moved over to the side. So with all this traffic jamming, we're looking about an hour's drive. Now I think they're going to be opening up lanes here momentarily, and that should help us out tremendously when they do that. Over at DIA, we're still looking at 20 to 30 minute security wait time in the airport. There's no problems driving to the airport right now, and the rest of the commute just getting busier in some of those usual spots.
Well, this morning, our country is coping with another mass shooting tragedy in a place where we shouldn't have to worry about our safety. The FBI is investigating the shooting at a grocery store in Buffalo.
Officials say it was racially motivated. 13 people were shot, 11 of them black. A community in mourning after authorities say an 18-year-old man drove 3 hours to this Tops-friendly supermarket in Buffalo, New York to murder innocent people because of the color of their skin.
Active shooter at the Tops. There are still shots being fired.
The horror unfolding Saturday afternoon when police say the suspect, Peyton Gendron, live-streamed the massacre, firing about 50 shots, killing 10 people, all black victims.
This is an absolute racist hate crime. This is someone who has hate in their heart, soul, and mind.
Among the victims, the hero security guard, retired Buffalo police officer Aaron Salter, who reportedly landed several gunshots on the suspect, but didn't stop him because of the body armor the shooter was wearing. Salter is credited for saving lives before he was shot and killed by the gunman. 77-year-old Pearl Young, who ran a local food pantry, was also killed. Her younger sister is now praying for everyone involved.
I pray she had no pain, that it happened so quick and she was gone like that. And I also pray for that young man.
Now, investigators are scouring Gendron's past and social media, telling ABC News that less than a year ago, Gendron was taken into custody after writing a paper referencing committing murder-suicide. No charges were ever filed, but former classmates saying,
"He just gave me a weird feeling in my stomach."
The semi-automatic rifle used in the attack bought from Vintage Firearms not far from Gendron's home. The owner saying he legally sold it to the teen. Meanwhile, the suspect is being held without bail right now. He is charged with first-degree murder, and authorities say federal hate crimes are also being considered.
Sadly, this was not the only mass shooting over the weekend. Overnight, 7 people were shot across 3 different locations in Winston-Salem. This morning, police there are looking for suspects. They say this was not a random act of violence. And in California, at least 1 person is dead and 4 others were hurt after a shooting at a church. This happened Sunday in Laguna Woods, just south of Los Angeles. Churchgoers hog-tied the suspect and held him until police arrived, likely preventing any further shootings. Police that is, are working to see if the suspect had any connections to the church or the victims.
Yeah. So today, Aurora is launching a program that could increase safety in places like the scenes we saw that had violence over the weekend. Denver 7's Christian Lopez joins us live with how this will work. Christian.
This program focuses on reducing crime all throughout the city. So starting today, eligible businesses, community groups, and nonprofits can apply for a $10,000 grant, and they can use this money to purchase things like cameras, lights, alarms, or other security features. It's all a part of the Aurora Safety and Security Grant Program, and the money is coming from funds that the city got during the pandemic. It's a $3 million program available citywide, but there's $500,000 set aside specifically for businesses near East Colfax. Business owner Sarah Erks says that she plans to apply because they've dealt with break-ins recently.
I believe we will be trying to get some help with the security. And beyond that, we're just taking other precautions in here. We don't leave cash in our store at night. We no longer leave vape pens in our store at night because it's an easy grab. We have to remove stuff and put it in safes now, and it all takes more time, but we're trying to protect our assets.
There have been a lot of break-ins, and so we are trying to find a way to help these small businesses kind of deter thefts in their areas.
And we have information on how to apply on our website. Just go to thedenverchannel.com. Live this morning, I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
Thank you, Christian. A lot going on in Aurora. The city is also developing a plan to reduce youth violence. It's been in the works for several months now, but tonight City Council will discuss a few changes, including taking into account how risk factors like drugs will be addressed. They'll also discuss funding for it. $500,000 are budgeted for services, and 30 partner agencies have applied to get some of that money.
A wildfire burning near Cripple Creek is still growing this morning. The High Park fire is now at nearly 1,500 acres. It's 27% contained. There are pre-evacuation notices in effect for the Rhyolite, Mountain Mesa, Monarch, and Lost Canyon areas. An evacuation center has been set up at Woodland Park High School.
Round 2 of the NHL playoffs finally start tomorrow for the Avs. It's been quite the waiting game after blazing through the first round with a sweep. They'll take on the St. Louis Blues tomorrow night for Game 1 at Ball Arena. The team went back to practice yesterday. They haven't played a game, though, in 8 days.
You know, playoffs are the funnest time of year to play, and especially playing at home here in front of the crowd was so fun in the first round that we're really looking forward to getting started again here.
We want to get going here. Obviously, you don't want too long of a break, but at the same time, you just have to do the right things and make sure that you're not losing that touch that we had every other day in the first round.
Yeah, hopefully they can keep the momentum going. The puck drops tomorrow night at 7:30 at Ball Arena. And we have a Money-Saving Monday deal for hockey fans. Wear your Avs jersey to Chipotle today after 3 p.m. and you'll get a buy one, get one free deal. The deal is good for 5 free items per order. So if you take the family, you can get multiple free entrees here. Good deal. The offer is only good at participating restaurants, so call before you go and just make sure your location is honoring the deal. Not 5 burritos just for you, hopefully.
Maybe. We
Yeah,
pretty much live on Chipotle during the week with sports and everything going on. Low to mid 50s at the bus stop early this morning for your kids. We'll see a little cloud cover early on. Low to mid 80s by the time they're getting home. We'll see a few isolated storms pop up this afternoon. I'll show you the timing of that, plus the risk for any severe weather both today and tomorrow, plus a big cool down by the end of the week. Details coming up.
And here we go. I'm pretty sure we're looking at all lanes opening in just the next minute or so on that southbound side of I-25. You're looking from Air Tracker 7. You can see the Thornton Police, one car going backwards. This other one is is just about to move here, and so we should have all lanes of southbound I-25 open momentarily to get from 120th to 104th. That'll alleviate that traffic jam tremendously, but we're still looking at some backups in other areas. I'll take a look at those for you as well coming up in just a minute.
A lot of new parents are on the hunt for some baby formula. They are out on a lot of store shelves. We have a warning if you're looking for alternatives.
Plus, COVID cases are rising right as we're in the thick of allergy season. So what should you do if you feel symptoms coming on?